Hello everybody, I'm back. Thanks to all of you for writing notes and sending me questions about where I've been. Quick life update. I'm currently in Houston, Texas, helping my mom. She's just had some big surgery, and then I'm moving to Nashville next week. So if you're in Nashville or you know anybody in Nashville, let me know because I'd love to meet them. I apologize about the lapse in videos. Things have been a bit crazy, but we're back at it. So today I'm really excited because we have a pretty fun project. Like I said, I'm here in Texas helping my mom with surgery. However, that means one thing. I'm in charge of Thanksgiving dinner and the table. So I wanted to show you what I'm gonna do for my little place cards for people. I love Thanksgiving because it's all about appreciating those around you, what they're doing for you in your life, and how they're making the world a better place. So the cards we're gonna make today kind of emphasize that a little bit. Let's get started. Thanksgiving can be a little bit hectic trying to get all the groceries and the materials you need together to make your table perfect. So for today, I specifically picked things around the house. I'm gonna start with my white paper. This is Bristol paper like we used in the last lessons. You can use anything for this, but a nice paper gives a good impression. As you can see, it's a little bit long and skinny. I folded an 8.5 by 11 in half and then cut a little bit off the top. There's no science behind this, so whatever works for you. Here are the materials you're gonna need today. First, your paper. Then, a black, fine, thin marker. Then, whatever sort of gold marker you have around the house. This is what I have. I'll put the link down below. Doesn't really matter though, whatever you have works. Okay, so of course, in the other lessons we started with a pencil. We're gonna do the same today. I have a ruler as well, just to help me get some straighter lines. You can freehand this if you want. It all depends on how organic you want your piece to look. So we're gonna kind of divide this into two pieces. So the top piece is gonna be your header, and then the bottom piece is gonna be kind of a fun element that we're gonna add. So I would probably do 2/3. Okay, so again, it doesn't have to be exact. I like to kind of line the edge of my ruler up and use it a little bit like a T-square. Okay, really lightly. All right, and then down here, let's just draw some parallel lines, like, I don't know, 5 of them, maybe? Now at the top, I'm gonna leave a spot for each person's name because it's important that each person feels recognized here. So let's just leave about this much room for their name. That way, if it's longer or shorter, you have space. And then what we're gonna write is blank, whoever's name, I'm thankful for. So thankful obviously is gonna be the biggest part of this. And you of course want to write very lightly. So the same things apply here as have in the other lessons that we've done. So let's just write thankful here. So your T, we'll just do a straight T like this. And then your H. And then down here, kind of in our more print font that we've talked about briefly, we're gonna write 4. So really tall letters, high crossbars. All right, so for this instance, I'm gonna use this side of this marker. If you've heard of cheater calligraphy, as it's called on Pinterest, we're gonna be using that method today. So we're gonna just trace over our thankful with this. And as you notice, this tip is all the same weight the entire way through. So don't worry, we'll fix it. Okay, so before I cross my T, remember how in the last lessons the downstroke is thick and the upstroke is thin? Well, when you're working with a marker that's all the same weight, you kind of have to add that in yourself. So it's really important that you have an understanding of how calligraphy works. So for instance, when I would be drawing a T, my downstroke would be thick. So I want to come in here and add a little bit more weight to that side. Up is thin and my down is thick. Up is thin and my down is thick. Up's thin, down is thick. Okay, then we'll come in and we'll just cross that T. Awesome. Thankful. I'm gonna write 4 in this gold as well. And let's add a little dotted line element here, just to kind of separate the header from the body. Okay, now to personalize them. What this is gonna say is, so-and-so, I'm thankful for. So we need to add in the I'm. So we don't want it to be too big because we have to write somebody's name here. So I'm just gonna kind of put it over the crossbar of the T and pretty small. Just like that. And let's go over that in gold as well. If you have a thinner gold marker, it might be better for this. This is all I had today, so that's what I'm using, but. Okay, before we add some flourishes, let's fill in the rest of this so we know which areas need to be filled in. So I'm gonna make a checklist here of things that you can fill in. So it will say, Dear Mom, I'm thankful for, and then there's gonna be boxes here with different things I'm gonna write in. I'm gonna do about 7 boxes, I think, and that's why we drew these lines down here. So you can kind of draw the lines in to give you some guides. Again, it does not have to be perfect. Pencil first, so your boxes, however big you wanna make them. Okay, now to give this some dimension, I'm just gonna use a basic Sharpie pen here, but you can use whatever you want. I'm gonna give some shadow to the thankful and also to these boxes. As you can see, I wanted this to have a very organic, hand-done feel, so I definitely did not make my boxes all exactly the same or perfectly square. It's just hand-drawn. For the shadows, I'm just gonna kind of go all on the right side of the letters in thankful, and just to give it some depth. Here we go. Okay, now let's do the same for the for and the I'm. And then the boxes. So I'm gonna do the bottom edge and the right edge. And if you have to kind of fill it in, okay, fill it in, that's okay. Okay, so there we go. You can see that there's a little bit more depth to the thankful for. Now we get to write in here all the things that we would like to. So you can do your own, you can do these same ones. I'm gonna use a similar print that I've done here. If you are feeling like doing calligraphy, by all means, do it. I just wrote a couple things in here. Again, you can do your own. I think it's kind of fun to leave the last one blank so you can write in an individual one for every single person. Now, let's go ahead and take our pencil again and let's add some flourishes in here, some leaves and whatnot. Again, if you go back to the lesson where we talk about composition, you want to look at your piece as a whole and find where there needs to be filled in space. So right here, there's a good room, maybe right here, just to balance it out, we could bring a vine in down here. And then of course, we definitely want to add something up here, down here, and maybe right here. Okay, let's get started. So I'm just adding elements in here. Again, you want to find holes. So I just drew a couple leaves here and here. You want your composition to always be balanced. So I have drawn a couple here. Now we need to move over here to even it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go over these with my black marker. Again, nothing complicated. I'm just gonna do a simple line drawing. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna take our eraser and just clean up the edges. Make sure your ink dries. I am notorious for ruining pieces if my ink is still wet. And then the last step, of course, these are name cards. We want to write whoever's name is on there. So get your guest list ready for Thanksgiving and your person's name goes right here. So I'm gonna write grandma on mine. Of course, you can use your pencil first if you're more comfortable with that, just to make sure that it's centered. And I'm gonna go over it with this black marker. I'm so excited to see the ones that you guys make. Now, I know some of you are looking at me going, are you crazy? Thanksgiving is this week. I don't have time for that. So here's my way of saying thank you to you. I am going to upload this and it's available for download for free on my website, and you can print it and individualize them for your own guests. Thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you how much your support means to me, and happy Thanksgiving.